Project number 2, task number 1, place the last paragraph beginning with note into the text box at the bottom of the page. I'm going to scroll down and here I have the paragraph. I'm going to click and drag to highlight that. And then here's the text box. I can actually just click on that, left click, and I'm holding down my left mouse button to drag and drop that into the text box. I'm going to mark task number 1 as completed and move to the next. Number 2 says modify the whole document so the top and bottom margins are 1 inch and the left and right margins are 1.5 inch. I'm going to go up to the Layout tab of my ribbon. Make sure you're clicked in out of that text box from the previous task. Click into maybe the first paragraph, somewhere where there was regular text and not a text box. Otherwise, it thinks you're trying to configure different things for that actual text box and not the whole entire document. So here I have my cursor in the word currently, up to my Layout tab, and the drop down for margins in the Page Setup command group. And I'm going to go down to custom margins. My top and bottom, I want 1 inch, and then left and right, I'm going to bring that down to, bring both of them down to 1.5. You can see my screen's a little in the way, so I'm just going to click and drag this down a little, click OK. And I'm going to bring that back up. I'm going to mark task number 2 as completed and move to the next. Apply the Lines Simple style set to the document. Oops. Accidentally clicked task number 4. Task number 3, apply the Line Simple style set to the document. Again, don't forget you can always use your help button if you need to. You want to go up to the Design tab of your ribbon, and in the Document Formatting command group, here we have our document styles. We're going to click the More button to access the gallery, and we want Lines Simple. Just hover over until you get the screen tip of what each are. And on my screen, it's the first option in the second row of that gallery. I'm going to click to apply, and that applies to my whole entire document. I'm going to mark task number 3 as completed and move on to the next. And task number 4 says to apply a box border around the entire document that is a solid line, 1.5 points wide, light blue color, and accept all other defaults. So again, on my Design tab of my ribbon, this time I'm going to go to my Page Background group, and I'm going to select Page Borders. And make sure that the Page Border tab is selected in the Borders and Shading dialog box. In the Settings section to the left, I want to select the box border, and the width, you can see, is a 0.5 point right now. I'm going to change that to 1.5. And for color, I want light blue. Remember to always make sure you're selecting the correct setting for the color. You need that name to match exactly. You can see with some of these colors, it'll have an accent number and a percentage, either darker or lighter. So when they ask you to select a color, always make sure it is an exact match name-wise. So I'm going to select light blue. Click OK from my dialog box to apply that. And you can see I get the border around my document. Mark this as completed and move on to the next. Insert the apps.jpg photo located in the Geometrics Templates folder between the heading and the first paragraph. Apply tight text wrapping. I want to put my cursor in between my heading and my first paragraph. Make sure that is blinking right there. I'm going to go up to the Insert tab of my ribbon. In my Illustrations command group, I'm going to select Pictures. Navigate to my Geometrics Templates folder, and here I have my apps graphic. Click to select that and click Insert. And without clicking anywhere outside of your graphic, because you want to make sure that it's still selected, get that border around it, you're going to get your Layout Options button in the top right hand corner. If you don't see it, click on your graphic again. So I'm going to select that button, and I want to apply the tight text wrapping. So here's your text wrapping. You can hover over until you find tight, which is the second option in that first row. Click to apply. You can click anywhere out of that to close it. I'm going to mark task number 5 as completed. And I'm going to go ahead and grade project number 2. I get all 5 of my green check marks signifying that everything is correct. And I'm going to move on to project number 3.